OntarioLoval.com here in the pit area at the Peterborough Speedway. The Bob Lawless, the track photographer, and sunny skies, so it's perfect for you for taking photos. You have to be excited to finally be at the track after this horrible off-season we've had.
Yeah, it's been a tremendous long winter and a wet spring, so getting one day in the middle of like probably 10 in a row where it's rained, and just today turned out beautiful, so it's gorgeous here today. Wish we had a lot more cars. That would sure help.
Anytime we come to Peterborough, it's always good to see you in the infield shooting photos. How long have you been at the photo business, and what got you started?
Ooh, we're going way back in time. I actually started in the photography business selling wheel spin news in the pits at Kingston Speedway back in, would have been the late 60s. Started doing photography about the mid-70s. I've been all across Canada. I've worked at Western Speedway out west for quite a while doing model photography out there, not a lot of racetracks. Came back here. I've been at Kawartha, Shannonville, Peterborough a couple of times. Done some NASCAR stuff and that. So yeah, I've been doing photography for pretty close to 40 years. So some in one way or another with magazines. Now I'm with Inside Track Motorsport News. So working here at the Speedway with JP to help them out here. So it's a lot of fun. I love being at the racetrack.
As a photographer, and the fans may not realize this, but when the lights go down, things get a little bit trickier for the photographers. What different things do you do to get set up when the sun sets and the racing heats up?
Yeah, nighttime photography at a racetrack is a completely different beast. The new cameras make it much easier than it was in the old days when we were running 60 ISO film and black and white. I mean, the way it was then, you had to use a flash. They had to be stopped, or else you weren't going to get anything but blurs. But now with the modern technology that's out there, you adapt to the cameras with the professional cameras. You can actually make it a pretty good shot even at high speed in very minimal light without even using a flash. So the flash just adds a little bit of a background light for you. But yeah, you can get some pretty good stuff nowadays with the cameras they got out there compared to the old days.
Now, we featured you on OntarioLoval.com for the little patch you have on your photography jacket, Kingston Speedway. Some folks don't know there was a speedway ever in Kingston, but you mentioned it to some people. They see that patch and it brings back memories. What do you remember about the Kingston Speedway?
Oh, actually, as a kid, I remember sitting on inside just by the inside of the fence in turn 4 being covered with mud. We used to sit up on the hoods of our cars back in that day because they would actually let you park inside right alongside the track. So they don't do that anymore, and the infield used to be right in the middle of the track. So I always really liked the infield in the middle. I know it was more dangerous for the drivers and the crews and that, but it was really because there was always action happening around you. So I always enjoyed that the most, that you see what was going on all the time. It wasn't hidden off behind you, so you weren't watching it. So I think I like that the most about Kingston Speedway, but it was dirt, and that's what we did, and that was where we spent our Friday nights.
Well, this is just the start of a very long 2011 season. What race this year are you most looking forward to coming to, whether you're shooting it or not shooting it?
Well, the Autumn Colors here is obviously the biggest one we have, the biggest car count, so many different series, and you get to see such a diversity of cars all at the same time. If the weather cooperates and it stays, fairly nice, it's a phenomenal weekend. I mean, you can see every class of race car there is basically in stock car racing in Ontario all in one spot in 3 days, and it's incredible to watch. I mean, everything you ever wanted to know about race cars, you're going to find out in that weekend.
All right, that's Bob Lawless. He is the track photographer here at the Peterborough Speedway. If you go to our Speedway directory links at the top of the website, you can check him out underneath photography. He's got his Picasso photo gallery right there. Check him out on our site at OntarioLoval.com. I'm Greg Kellnan from here at Peterborough for OntarioLoval.com.